Hello everyone and welcome back to Second Gaming. Today we are driving the AT-15A. It is the British Premium Tier 7 tank destroyer. Now I've just picked this thing up on loan, on rental should I say, because it is currently available on the Asia server for a mission. Gain 65,000 experience. That includes doubles, and you will be rewarded with this tank for 3 days only. It is an event going because of the Tank Fest event which is on at the moment, which a lot of us aren't going to be able to take part in, but we can do so using these missions. Now once the mission is done, you will only get this tank for 3 days, and it's only available until the 2nd, I believe. So you should pick it up fast, because in all honesty, a lot of people say that this tank is not very good, but I beg to differ. I thoroughly enjoy this tank. It reminds me of the Black Prince, but without the disadvantages. As most of you know, the Black Prince suffers because of speed. Its gun doesn't do much damage, and it can be panned very easily because it has a lot of flat surfaces. The AT-15A, on the other hand, has 228 effective frontal armor, which is phenomenal. Of course, you can shoot gold and mitigate most of that, but you won't mitigate all of it. And a lot of people don't know that this tank's weakness is not necessarily the machine gun port that you'll see on the top, but through the gun. There's a part where the gun swivels, as you can see right here, where the gun is swiveling, there is a gap that you can, that mantlet is it. Once you get through that mantlet, there is no armor behind it, and that is one big flaw of this tank. It's got extremely good armor from the front, and a little bit from the sides as well, but its gun mantlet is rather poorly armoured. Now, we're here on Prokhorovka. No, fire is silent. There's differences are a few. And we're in a pretty good matchup. Mostly top tier among 3 other tier 7 tanks versus pretty much the same deal in the enemy team. Now, I don't run binoculars on this tank, because a lot of the time I find myself having to be front line. You will find that this tank is better at mid to long ranges, but its armor is just so effective that I just don't see the point. If I do find myself in this situation, yeah, the view range is, it'll do. It's not great, but, you know, you can put up with it. It's about 350, I think. So, you know, it's not great, more like a heavy tank. So I find myself playing this thing like a heavy tank. I do the same in my Tortoise. I know a lot of people wouldn't agree with that, but I don't to a degree, but sniping just really doesn't suit my gameplay. And we finish off the Chaffee with a blind shot. I like to come up to this bush, even when I am in heavy tanks. I don't like to go to the hill anymore. Just doesn't seem to be as rewarding. We find ourselves at about 350-400 meter view at the moment, which is proving difficulty, but as you can see, we can use our armor effectively. I am using a heavy spore liner, which, if I do get spotted, doesn't mean I have to move too much to worry about the artillery, which they do have 2 grillers. And I'm going to push aggressively here on this 12T. If he decides to come over, I don't have very many guns supporting me, so I'm trying to be aggressive as possible, try and mitigate the damage that is going to be coming at me. This tank does have a sizable HP of 1050, and I believe it's a 90mm gun. It's a 76.2mm gun. There's good penetration at 171. Oh, the battle is heating up now. The 12T is spotting us. We put enough damage into the Hellcat to take him out. We're absorbing a lot of damage. The artillery is now all over us, and the Churchill is now permanently tracked us. We think about using our repair kit, but we hold off until we know that he's going to track us again, and then we use it. 25T is more important than the Churchill, so we switch our gun. Not too worried about the artillery, like I said. The artillery does about 180 damage to us there. Not too much, but we've got about another 4 hits in us from that artillery. Would be nice if someone would spot him. Still a bit worried about coming over this ridge. Oh, we miss our first shot on the IS. Not our first shot this game, and our second one at this moment goes through. The third one dips just a little low. Oh, we hit, only just miss his back engine deck. That one goes through and just misses his engine. And it looks like we've tracked him. The IS is done for. And we finish him off as well. It gives us 2 kills, and it's it, this game's even. We've done 1800 damage. Ooh, the Grilla hits us again. That time it was a direct hit, but it hit us on the tracks. Second shot from the other Grilla misses. And we're looking to get ourselves into these bushes. Probably prevent the 25T from spotting us and the Churchill. T25T is proving a problem. We need him gone before we can swing our gun. He can pen us very easily. He can get through our mantlet, which is only about 120 millimeters thick. Still enough to stop most guns at this tier, but not enough to stop him. Now we're going to swing our gun around. Put 1 shot into that Cromwell B, and somebody else finishes him off. Now this IS-2 is having a great game. He's got 3 kills. He needs to die. I take a moment and look over my shoulder. Not too worried, they can't see me. Gun depression on this tank, I believe, is 7, which is pretty good. Now from this angle, the IS-2's armour, it counts for 0. And we can just shred him apart. We high roll at the end there. Grilla hits us again. No repair kit, so we can't turn around. Doesn't matter me much. Second Grilla hits us. Unfortunately for him, it doesn't hit too hard. Not a bad aiming time on this gun. Oh, we lose sight of them. This tank also has preferential matchmaking, so I've been using it and actually winning quite often. There's another big downfall about the Brak planes. I will compare this tank to the Brak planes quite a lot, because I do feel like it is like the Brak planes. It has the same gun, better armor, and it's about the same speed, so I don't know why anyone would choose. And it has preferential matchmaking. I mean, what more could you want? Anyway, we ripped the 3601 apart. There's nothing he can do. Now 5916 takes out the artillery, the only threat that we've had all game. And this Churchill 7 can't do anything. We load APCR just in case this Black Prince proves difficult. He just has to hit us twice. So in a one-on-one fight he could beat us if he could pen us, but he can't even seem to hit us. And we finish him off. This thing is superb. I would suggest buying it. If you didn't get it for a rental, go out, spend the money. I don't believe it's too much. I think it's about 6,000 gold. That's it could be less. It is amazing. Like, you can see where pretty much the HE shell that did nearly 200 damage went right through there, through the mantlet. It's a beautiful tank. The machine gun port up the top is a weakness, but it's not so much of a weakness as it is on the Tortoise. To give an example, the Tortoise it's a lot larger profile, a lot taller tank, so the machine gun port is a lot taller as well. But yeah, the weak spots don't really stand out in this tank, and you can see it's quite well armoured. But the mantlet, as I said, there is no armour behind this area here. So if you come up versus one of these, don't go for the weak spots, the machine gun port, or the flat surfaces on the side, left and right hand side of the armour. Just shoot it straight through the gun. That is the only armour that you can see, and that is actually there to stop it. Yeah, that was, yeah, I'll probably pick this tank up, to be honest. I played 30 games while I've had it during this rental period, and I've enjoyed every game. Yeah, so I think we should have a look at the stats for this one. Oh dear. Well, now how much damage did we do that game? I'm not sure, but I was having a lot of fun trying to stay alive. We picked up our ace tanker, fire for effect, fighter, shell-proof, and a bruiser insignia. We got the cool-headed steel wall and high caliber. Picked up 96,000 credits, 2,000 experience base. Well, not base, but with premium account. And holy word! Now, with you would not be able to do that in a Black Prince against good, simple-minded players. You really wouldn't. They would not survive that long. The frontal armor on the Black Prince is just terrible. Side armor is worse. It's just, I don't like the tank, and you'll never hear a good thing from me about it. Yeah, we picked up 13,054 base experience, a good haul for our ace tanker badge. We did more damage than everyone. On the enemy team, the IS-2 picked up 2,157 damage for 4 kills. He did quite well. Now, this was during an event where I had to pick up a sharpshooter medal in order to apply, and as you can see, we got that. Well, you can't see it here, but I did get it. And unfortunately, to qualify for an extra 3,000 gold, you had to get sniper, tank sniper. And we didn't get it, even though in all attributes we qualified. Now, I think 85% of all shots from over 300 meters, so whatever shots I fired in this area here, you need to hit 85% of them. So I think I may have missed more than 85%. More than 15%, sorry, which is unfortunate, and we won't be able to qualify for the extra 3,000 gold. But from what I've seen so far, nobody's done this amount of damage, and it is listed by the most damage. So unfortunate there. If we had picked up that, we would have been a sure thing. But hey, so out of the 96,501 credits we received, we did fire quite a bit of premium rounds at the Black Prince and the T-25-2, and we only made 48,000, which is still pretty good. This is a good premium tank because look at the reward that we got. Bonus for premium 406. I've trained up my Tortoise crew to almost 60% in its second skill, from 95% in its first skill. So this tank is amazing. I suggest picking it up. The AT-15A is what the Churchill isn't. And I know a lot of people would say that the AT-7 is a better tank because it can do neat little things, but this tank just does it better. It just does. Like, you can't do what the AT-7 can do, but in terms of staying 300 meters away and dealing a lot of bloody damage, this thing will do that easily, a lot better. And if you have a spall liner on the tank, it takes artillery out of the way. So yeah, pick this tank up. I hope you enjoyed the game. If you liked the video, thumbs up. If you want to see more, subscribe. And I'll catch you next time.